Alright guys, in today's video we have some pretty big news and information to go over and talk about. Believe it or not, and I did not expect to be talking about this at this point in time, we are actually discussing Bloodborne. And the reason why we are discussing Bloodborne is because there is a lot of evidence coming out here letting us know that we can expect a PlayStation 5 port of Bloodborne, a remastered version of it for PS5, as well as a PC port. And this also brings into question what's up with the long-rumored Demon Souls Remake that we are all expecting to learn about and hear about? And I have a lot to say about this. There's a lot of information to go over, and I've seen a lot of conversation being had on the internet about this, because it really does seem like this is something that's going to happen any day now. We did talk about the idea of things starting to leak out the longer Sony goes without having this event since they delayed it, and this seems to be the first, I'd say, major leak that we're getting, because apparently, if these rumors are to be believed, this is something that was supposed to be announced yesterday during the event. So yeah, this is what we're going to be talking about in this video today. If you could do me a favor before we go any further, be sure to hit the like button to show your support. You guys have been doing an absolutely amazing job on the channel recently, and I want to thank you for that. And make sure you hit the subscribe button as well so you don't miss any future content. But the first thing we're going to be talking about here is the PC rumors, because this seems to be something that a lot of insiders are talking about. It says Bloodborne PC rumors have intensified after industry insiders have started teasing the PC version of the game once again. Rumors about From Software's PS4 exclusive being released on PC erupted last month after the PC version showed up on Amazon France. Sony later stated that the listing was inaccurate, with both Horizon Zero Dawn and Death Stranding arriving on PC. However, it appears to be a no-brainer that the Dark Souls-like Bloodborne will eventually end up being ported to PC as well. New teases from industry insiders have now added more legitimacy to the Bloodborne PC rumors. At first, streamer SlothMom tweeted that Bloodborne is indeed coming to PC, and so I looked over this string of tweets, and basically what this individual is saying is that they have a very trusted source that is telling them that this is in fact happening, and it was supposed to be announced during this event. Obviously, this is a, trust me bro type source, but we actually have more than that to go over, which in my opinion begins to make it very clear that this was in fact something that was going to be announced, and it's starting to leak out now due to the event being delayed. Goes on to say the reputable Wario later retweeted SlothMom's tweet and also tweeted that fans could either play the game on PC via PlayStation Now or wait a little longer, again hinting at a release on PC, which is interesting because for anybody who's going to freak out about the idea of Bloodborne being playable on PC, it's actually currently playable via PC through PlayStation Now. Obviously, that's not the best way to experience it, and it's very different from a PC port, but still, that is worth noting. And Wario64 is certainly a reputable source, and they're very clearly saying here that just wait a little bit longer and you'll be able to play Bloodborne on PC. Last but certainly not least, Reset Era moderator Jaw Muncher backed the Bloodborne PC rumors by saying that he's heard of the title coming to PC as well. So it goes on to say, as with all rumors, take the information above with a pinch of salt for now. With reputable insiders now backing the rumors, however, it seems only to be a matter of time before Sony officially announces Bloodborne for PC. However, some really good news about this, although I know a lot of people automatically look at the idea of Bloodborne going to PC is good news. Apparently, there is a remastered version of Bloodborne that will be coming to PlayStation 5 as well. Bloodborne is apparently not just coming to PC, but also to PlayStation 5 as some sort of remaster. SlothMom, who originally talked about a PC port of the game, also revealed that a PlayStation 5 version of the game is coming alongside the PC release. It was supposed to be announced during the delayed PlayStation 5 Digital Showcase event, and it is not going to be a mere port, but some sort of remaster. And it goes on to say here that speaking about the developer, SlothMom reiterated that From Software is not working on this new version of Bloodborne, but the developer working on it is not going to disappoint, judging from the other ports it has developed. This seems to be a hint that Bluepoint Games could be the mysterious developer, as it has developed some excellent ports in the past and is rumored to be working on a major project previously rumored to be a Demon Souls remaster or remake. Now, to me, all of this information is extremely interesting, but the first thing I want to touch upon here is how, first, I'm excited to hear this. I'm excited at the idea of a Bloodborne, a proper remastered version of Bloodborne making its way to PS5, and honestly, it going to PC, in my opinion, also is a good thing. I know some people don't agree with that, but I'll touch more on that in a little bit. But I'm also left with a huge question mark here, but I think I have an answer to it. My question mark is, and I'm sure many of you were asking the same question, if this is in fact true, and it seems like it is because it's coming from all these different sources and insiders, what does this mean for the Demon Souls remake? Is this something that Bluepoint actually is working on? And there has been a ton of evidence over the past couple of years that has pointed to this being a real thing. And so I'm going to make a bold prediction right now, but I do think I'm going to be correct about it. I think Bluepoint is working on two things. I think the main bulk of their development team and their, the thing that they've been working on for the longest amount of time is this Demon Souls remake. We did hear that whatever they're working on, and they did confirm this, they've talked about it many times, they confirmed that whatever it is they're working on, and if it is Demon Souls, it's a remake from the ground up. What we're hearing about Bloodborne, granted we still don't know which developer's working on Bloodborne, but I mean, come on, who else could be working on a Bloodborne remaster other than Bluepoint, especially when the person relaying this information is letting us know that we're going to be happy about the developer they chose. Bluepoint has a really strong relationship with Sony. I just don't see it being anybody else. What we're hearing about this is Bloodborne is going to be a remaster. That's not to say it's not going to impress, but it's not a from-the-ground-up remake. Not only does that sound completely unnecessary for a game like Bloodborne, but you also think about the reports we've been hearing about how apparently Demon Souls was originally supposed to be a PS4 game, but then they decided to take more time to make it a PlayStation 5 title, and we've been hearing, I don't want to say that the game has been finished for a while now, but there's a good chance that the game has been finished for a little while now, and they're basically just polishing it and squashing bugs and stuff like that. And so maybe Sony decided, you know what, while we wait to reveal this game, we have The Last of Us 2 coming out, Ghost of Tsushima, let's do something more. And so I guess maybe they decided they could take a smaller team from Bluepoint and remaster Bloodborne. That's my assumption. I could be completely wrong about this, but we've also heard reports that Bluepoint Games, is working on multiple titles. And a lot of people thought that this would be two completely different titles, such as maybe a Demon Souls remake as well as a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake. To me, that just never sounded realistic, but this does sound realistic. This does make sense. Both of these IPs are owned by Sony, and they're both very similar to one another. One is a complete remake from the ground up from a PlayStation 3 game that, in my opinion, certainly deserves to be remade. And one is a remaster of a game that people will certainly want to go back and play again on the PlayStation 5. So what I could see happening is when they announce this game, when they announce Demon Souls, it is going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive, but they're also going to announce a Bloodborne remaster at the same time. And it's going to be, remastered for the PlayStation 5, but it's also going to be coming to PC. And I think maybe they could do like a bundle of some sort where if you buy Demon Souls Remake for $60, maybe you get, Bloodborne with it, or maybe they're going to sell Bloodborne separately for like $20 or $40 or something along those lines. I would expect Demon Souls Remake to be $60. But the reason why I'm going on this long tangent here is because I think that there's enough evidence here to point to us looking forward to there's actually something else that is worth noting here when it comes to the idea of From Software fans being excited about what's to come. It says it's been almost a year since Elden Ring's announcement, and there's a chance that we will not see the game or more of the game this year. Speaking on Twitter, Kinda Funny's Emran Khan teased that things related to From Software that people think are going to be released in 2020 not only will not release this year, but may also not be shown. This is a clear reference to Elden Ring, as it was long rumored that the game was scheduled for a 2020 release. And so he posted here on Twitter, he said, not going to comment specifically on Bloodborne on PC rumors, but suffice to say FromSoft fans probably have a lot of reasons to be happy in the next 2 years. Now, in my opinion, I think he is making it clear that we're not going to see Elden Ring if what he's saying is to be believed, which is really disappointing. However, when he says that From Software fans are going to have a lot of reasons to be happy in the next 2 years, I think this falls in line with what I'm predicting here is that not only are we gonna, From Software fans, gonna be happy about a Demon Souls remake, but we're also gonna get a Bloodborne remaster on top of that, as well as Bloodborne going to PC. That's a lot of reasons to be happy outside of Elden Ring. You know, I don't want to say getting delayed, but taking longer than we expected, and we might not even see it. I think that would do a good job in keeping fans excited over the next 2 years. So I just had to point that out as well, because I think it does kind of back up my theory here, or my prediction. And so, you know, the idea of Bloodborne going to PC, I know there's some people who are not going to be happy about that, but we need to be honest and we need to be real right now, guys. Sony has gotten absolutely everything they could possibly get out of Bloodborne on PS4 at this point, and there's, in my opinion, no reason for them not to release it on PC. Not only is that going to just allow the game to be, you know, sold again and make more money, but it's also going to, you know, get a port to the PlayStation 5, or it's not just a mere port, it's a complete remaster. Some people are probably also asking themselves, well, you know, does this make sense? I thought that the PlayStation 4's backwards compatibility mode will be able to boost some games. Could it? I mean, it probably could boost Bloodborne. It could probably increase the frame rate to a certain extent, maybe bump up the resolution. But from what we're hearing about this remaster of Bloodborne, it's not going to be a mere port. You're not just going to get slightly better frame rates. You're not going to get slightly better resolutions. It's going to be a complete remaster to try to take full advantage of the PlayStation 5 hardware. So to me, that sounds a lot better than just getting slightly better frame rates and whatnot. So, you know, the idea of it going to PC, I'm all for that, because if the game sells really well, you have to imagine there's still a subsection of gamers who have maybe always considered buying a PS4 to play Bloodborne but never did, and so they decided, you know, to just hold off, and now it's going to come to PC, and the game's going to probably sell really well on there, and it's going to sell well on the PS5, and it's going to just breathe this new life into Bloodborne as a whole, and it could potentially act as a catalyst for a Bloodborne 2. I know that seems a little bit far-fetched to some people, and it's understandable considering apparently Elden Ring might not be out for some time, but whenever From Software is finished with Elden Ring, maybe when they see the renewed interest in Bloodborne, or how well it sells maybe on the PS5 or on PC, also looking at the PS4 sales and how beloved the game is, maybe Sony strikes a deal with From Software where when they're finished with Elden Ring, let's get to work on Bloodborne 2 as a PS5 exclusive. So there's, honestly, this is just nothing but good news, and I know that there's some people who are not going to be able to accept it. And also, one last thing I want to touch on, because I know I'm just, you know, ranting here, but another question that I think a lot of people have is, well, okay, if Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC, how come Sony, or we haven't heard any talk about a Horizon Zero Dawn remaster for the PlayStation 5? First of all, we don't know if that's something Sony has planned. It very well could be. However, that seems incredibly unlikely to me, because instead of getting a remastered version of Horizon Zero Dawn, we're actually going to get Horizon Zero Dawn 2. I say this because as of right now, it's pretty obvious we're not going to get Bloodborne 2 anytime soon, but this is the next best thing. It seems a little bit unnecessary and kind of redundant to announce a Horizon Zero Dawn remaster when they announce a sequel for it, right? Like, the thing you're going to look forward to is the sequel. That's not to say Horizon Zero Dawn won't be boosted on the PS4. I'm sure it will, and get some improvements. But yeah, this is just a lot of big information, guys. And as I told you, the longer Sony goes without announcing a new date for this, you're going to see more things leak out. And just a day after this event was scheduled to happen, we are hearing that Bloodborne for PlayStation 5, a remastered version, as well as a PC version, has leaked out. And I'm going to say, if you are somebody who was looking forward to a Demon Souls remake and now you're afraid that this is what we're getting instead, even though it would still be awesome, I wouldn't worry about that. There is absolutely no way Blue Point Games has spent all of these years working on a Bloodborne remaster. That just, if anything, that wouldn't make sense at all. So I think Demon Souls Remake is still something that's coming, but we're also getting the bonus of a Bloodborne remaster on PS5. And guys, in case you can't tell, I'm incredibly excited about this. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. It turned out way longer than I wanted it to. At this point, I'm going to ask you to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm going to be very interested to see what you guys have to say. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit the like button, or if you found it informative, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss any content, and make sure you share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.